3, 4. Where there ain't no grave, gonna hold this body down now. Where there ain't no grave, we're gonna hold this body down. When I hear the trumpet sound, gonna get up out that ground, 'cause there ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. Go down yonder, Gabriel, place your foot on the land and the sea, but don't you blow that trumpet now until you hear from me, 'cause there ain't no grave, ain't no grave, we're gonna hold this body down now. No, 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 there ain't no grave, we're gonna hold this body down. Trumpet sound, gonna get up out that ground, 'cause there ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. I said, look way over Jordan, what do you think I see? I saw a band of holy angels and they coming after me. I said, meet me, Jesus. Meet me in the middle of the air. I'm gonna rise to meet my Lord. Say bye down there, 'cause there ain't no grave, ain't no grave gonna hold this body down now. No, 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 there ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. When I hear the trumpet sound, gonna get up out that ground, 'cause there ain't no grave gonna hold this body down.
Isn't that exciting? Death cannot hold Jesus Christ down. No grave can hold him. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about Acts chapter 2. And this is where Peter is addressing the other disciples. Now there are 11 of them instead of 12. And this is where he's addressing Joel, the prophet's words about the Holy Spirit being poured out on them. So this is happening at Pentecost. I'm going to begin in verse 22 of Acts 2. Peter says, fellow Israelites, listen to these words. Jesus the Nazarene was a man whose credentials God proved to you through miracles, wonders, and signs, which God performed through him among you. You yourselves know this. In accordance with God's established plan and foreknowledge, he was betrayed. You, with the help of wicked men, had Jesus killed by nailing him to a cross. Now here's the best part. God raised him up. God freed him from death's dreadful grip, since it was impossible for death to hang on to him. Did you hear that? It was impossible for death to hang on to him. God raised him up. That was a powerful, amazing event. Right now, we have an event that's going on. Maybe it's not so amazing, but it's pretty dramatic and it's pretty traumatic. Things aren't going to just go back to normal. our lives are going to be changed forever in some way or another. It calls for some kind of response. Let me continue. This is verse 36. Therefore, let all Israel know beyond question that God has made this Jesus, whom you crucified, both Lord and Christ. This is pretty cool. This is the proclamation that Jesus is not just a human. He's not just a prophet. He is Lord and Christ. That's pretty exciting news back then, and it should be exciting news for us still today. Verse 37, when the crowd heard this, they were deeply troubled. They said to Peter and the other apostles, brothers, what should we do? Shouldn't we be asking that question right now? What should we do? Instead of blaming everyone, instead of saying, well, the government did this and they should be doing this and they should be doing that, we need to ask ourselves the question, right now, during this time in our life, what should we do? Peter has an answer. Verse 38, change your hearts and your lives. Change your hearts and your lives. That's pretty good advice. Verse 40, with many other words, he testified to them and he encouraged them. He said, being saved from this perverse generation, those who accepted Peter's message were baptized. God brought about these 3,000 people into the community on that day. Now, here's something we can certainly learn from. This is the community of believers and what they did after this big change in their lives. This is starting with verse 42. The believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, to the community, to their shared meals, and to their prayers. A sense of awe came over everyone. God performed many wonders and signs through the apostles. All the believers were united and shared everything. They would sell pieces of property and possessions and distribute the proceeds to everyone who needed them. Every day they met together in the temple and ate in their homes. They shared food with gladness and simplicity. They praised God and demonstrated God's goodness to everyone. The Lord added daily to the community those who were being saved. So on this tragic day, their world changed. Our world changed. So how did they respond to this? You just heard what I said. They helped each other. They were there for each other. They believed and they accepted and they were baptized. These churches and the people within them came together and they worked together. Can we learn something from this? I think first we have to know Jesus is alive. He is active in the world still today. You can't keep Jesus down. The second thing is that we need to know our hearts and our lives should be changed from these events that happened in the Bible and also from the events that are happening around us today. We should be changed. Our hearts and our lives should be changed and different. But it's up to us. We have to want to change our hearts and our lives. And Jesus Christ is still here today, and he is ready and willing to help us with that. So what is your response? What is your response to Jesus and the resurrection of Jesus? What is your response to the things that are going on today? And how are you going to handle that in the future? God bless.
I said, look way over Jordan. What do you think I see? I saw a band of holy angels and they coming after me. I said, meet me, Jesus. Meet me in the middle of the air. I'm gonna rise to meet my Lord and say bye down there, 'cause there ain't no grave, ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. No, 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 there ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. When I hear the trumpet sound, gonna get up out that ground, 'cause there ain't no grave gonna hold this body down.